G'day fellas. Welcome to another video where we're going to be taking a look at all the industrial age federal states that you can elect to join your union. So we're going to be starting by taking a look through at South Carolina, then Vermont, then California, then New Jersey, and then Ohio. So if you'd like to see what my thoughts are on a specific state, I will leave a timestamp down in the description for the video, and you can go through to that one straight away. So we've got the cost for all of these states costing the exact same. So 1,200 coin, 2,000 food. So no differences like with the second age state, Delaware. They're all identical. We've got the three different tangible upgrades or gains. So you've got, with South Carolina and Vermont, you've got the 600 wood for both of those. For California, you've got the 1 covered wagon and increases the town center build limit by 1. You've got New Jersey and Ohio that are both sharing the 1 horse artillery. So let's take a look and see what we've got. So starting off with South Carolina, for the federal cards, the first card is Moultrie's Militia. Ships 12 state militia and enables them to construct military buildings. Inspiring flags improves state militia damage by an additional 10%. So the inspiring flag already improves it by 10%. So that makes it a 20% buff. So now we're talking like some decent numbers. This is definitely a really strong card. I like this a lot. I think the state militia is a really good unit. And the fact that this buffs the state militia at a very, it's quite an important buff because it gives you, it's 10% attack in the 4th age. So yeah, it's not that good. But then it enables them to construct military buildings. It also ships 12 state militia as well. And I think for cards in the industrial age, you'd probably get maybe like 18 or 17 state militia. I think in the 3rd age you get 13 state militia, so it's about on par with the Fortress Age card, so not too bad. Plus all those buffs, I'll take it. I think that's really quite a strong buff. The next one up is Marion's Diversions. Artillery movement speed slightly increased, enables Quaker guns at the artillery foundry, decoy units which deal no damage, but can look like any artillery unit. So I think this is a really great card as well. So obviously the movement speed is wonderful. We'll take that. But then, the main one is the Quaker guns. So Quaker guns, as it says there, decoy units which deal no damage, can look like any artillery unit. So you can turn these guys into heavy cannons, culverin mortars. You can turn them into into Gatling guns as well. So really, really cool units. They fire, but they fire blanks. They also fire, like, you actually see the projectile. It lands. It will, like, the health bar will show up, but it just does no damage. If you actually, like, click on the unit, it's got full health still. So really cool. I think this is going to be really important in treaty games, having this card, just because your opponent's going to be focusing on your culverins, but it turns out your culverins are just decoy units. They're not real. It's also going to be really important in supremacy. Like, can you imagine your opponent hits the 4th age, they send this card, they send 2 heavy cannons, and, they make 5 Quakers, and they make them all into, like, culverin or field cannons or something like, well, not field cannons, like the heavy horse artillery. And your opponent sees that, and they're just like, no, they just like GG out. And then they didn't realize it was Quaker guns. Oh man, that would be awesome. So that's South Carolina. Very excited for that one. Vermont. So we've got the 600 wood, obviously, that they gain, but they're federal cards. We've got Green Mountain Boys. All existing and newly constructed mills and estates spawn 3 state militia. Mills and estates support 5 population. So not too much of a fan of this one. It definitely feels like, sure, you're going to get probably 18, maybe 21 state militia out of it. They also support 5 population. It's nothing too big though. Really nothing too exciting in my opinion. I mean, it's a 21, potentially 24 state militia shipment, maybe a 27, 30 at max if you're ever going to get up there. But yeah, it feels very underwhelming. The next card that we've got is Vermont Coppers. So upgrades at your estate are free and research instantly. All coin incomes are slightly improved. So I think it's an improvement of about 10%. So not a huge amount. But the fact that the upgrades at your estates are free and research instantly. So obviously transitioning away from natural resources, moving on to those infinite resources. The fact that you get them for free and instantly, like they're pretty expensive. I think it's, 300, 300, 400, 400, and then 600, 600, costing food and wood. So some pretty big upgrades, and you get them all for free. But it's about opportunity cost. Maybe, like, let's say you got that when you could have got, plus 10% for your state militia and enabled them to construct military buildings so that they can just keep spawning themselves. It's about opportunity cost. You would have gotten those estate upgrades anyway, and now you've just got them for free. You got them a little bit faster, but it doesn't really give you much. So not a big fan of Vermont. Don't think there's a lot of power in that one. Let's move on to California, though. So California, you've got one covered wagon and increases the town center build limit. And we've got California Gold Rush, so it ships one gold prospector wagon. Town centers now instead automatically spawn settlers for free. You heard it right, folks. Gold prospector wagon, so that is that's 5,000. So you've got the silver prospector or the copper prospector for the Swedes. Now you've got the gold prospector coming out for the Californian state. So really, really cool. Obviously, town centers also automatically spawning settlers for free. So a little bit of like the Ottoman style play there. This is definitely, California is kind of like, in my opinion, it's a bit of an all-in strategy. Now, the United States don't have any revolts, but they do have the Bear Flag Revolt. So it costs 1,000 food, 1,000 wood, 1,000 coin, uprising, villagers become revolutionaries, and your general gains access to the inspiring Bear Flag ability. So just because you don't have a revolt doesn't mean you can't use the Bear Flag Revolt. So I guess the idea with this would be that you go California, you send, you know, your covered wagon with increased town center build limit. You got 4 town centers. You send California Gold Rush. Town centers now instead spawn settlers for free automatically. I think it's like 38 seconds instead of 25 for a normal villager. And then you send Bear Flag Revolt. You go and attack the enemy, and then, you know, behind, you're slowly building up your settlers again. Eventually, you know, they're doing their thing. So I'm sure that there's definitely some sort of cool strategy that we could see with the California Bear Flag Revolt. Definitely exciting, but it's not going to be something that I'm leaning to a lot. I'll say that much. Next up, we've got New Jersey. So New Jersey, you gain that horse artillery, as we discussed. So we've got New Jersey seaports. So crate shipments from cards are deposited directly into your stockpile and deliver 900 additional resources. Any which have been sent may be sent again. So you know when you hit Imperial and you can send all your crates again, bam, there you go. So New Jersey seaport allows you to do that, and then it gives you, so you don't have to gather them anymore. It's just instantly, you send like 1,600 wood and it's just in your stockpile. It's just like, it arrives after 40 seconds and it's there. And it also delivers 900 additional resources. So whatever resource it is that you're sending, it sends 900 additional resources of that. So you could get up to 2,500 wood in a single shipment just instantly into your stockpile. So really, really cool. I do like that a lot. I think it's quite powerful. Especially for those games, like maybe in a treaty game, especially if you've got those infinite crate shipments, that could be an angle that you could go for if you weren't interested in going into state militia and Marion's diversions. And then the next card that they've got is the Morris Canal. So ships 2 military wagons and 2 outpost wagons. All shipments arrive considerably faster, including this one. So I'm not sure exactly how fast that is, but I suspect that you know, it's definitely an interesting thought. It comes a little bit late in the game, though. I feel like, you know, you're not going to just be aging up to Morris or to New Jersey and then shipping Morris Canal. I like the concept, but I fear that it comes too late into the game. Maybe we could see some fast industrials built around this card. I'm not too sure. It does include those 2 outpost wagons and 2 military wagons, so who knows? Maybe that's a potential. Maybe you go fast industrial up with New Jersey, you get that horse artillery, immediately send Morris Canals, research mercantilism, which is actually not called mercantilism. It's now called what's it called? It's something. It's something to do with the United States. It's very themed towards the United States. But you know, what is the essentially mercantilism for the European states? You'd send that, and then you just like bang out a whole bunch of like resource. Oh my god, what if you sent this and then sent like 1,600 wood, 1,600 coin, 1,600 food? Oh, that's totally legit. Okay. That is cool, that's cool. And then you ship the 2 military wagons as well. You put the inspiring flag down on top of it. Oh yeah, all right. We got to try that. That's the New Jersey fast industrial. You've seen it here first. I can see that. That's cool synergy. I like that. I just discovered that then. I'll be honest with you guys. Like, I'm coming into this video. I know what most of these do, but I haven't really thought about the strategies that you'd implement with them. I just look at South Carolina and I'm like, yep, you know what? 10% for my state militia. I make state militia. I like percentages, especially when they go up. And I just picked that one. So that, you know, the fact that I'm looking at that and that kind of makes sense, that's pretty cool. I like that. So definitely going to have to look into the New Jersey fast industrial. Lastly, we've got Ohio. So Ohio also gaining the horse artillery, also getting Putnam engineering, which ships 1 fort and 2 culverins. So a nice flexible shipment here. You've got defensive in the fort, and then you've also got like defensive, but kind of aggressive in the culverin as well. Culverin are really good for stopping pushes. Your opponent's going to push you with 2, 3 falconets. Bam, you got 2 culverin immediately right there. So a nice flexible shipment. Then the next card is a really cool card. So it's Team Ohio Supply Network. Team trade routes supply 100% more resources, and native settlements grant a trickle of 1 experience per second. So you would have remembered the card Silk Road that the Ottomans get. It's an Age 2 card, but they moved it to Age 1 in the Definitive Edition. It increases the amount that you get from resource crates. Like if you ship 700 coin, it increases it by like 25%. So it's really like about 900, a little bit more than 900. And it would also increase your supply from trade routes. So this is doing the same thing, but instead of doing it by 25%, it's doing it by 100%. So if you're playing on a map like Patagonia, where you've got those 3 trade posts behind your base and they're relatively safe, you could probably send this, and then instead of like being equivalent to 4 settlers, that would be each one is equivalent to 8 settlers. That's pretty cool when you think about it. That's like a 12 settler shipment that you're getting in Age 4. That's not too bad. So I think that's quite reasonable. Look, fellas, I hope that you've enjoyed this video. This has been a summary at the Industrial Age Federal States. If you'd like to see more of this stuff, obviously we've got plenty of it on the channel. I encourage you to hit that subscribe button. If you haven't already, join the Discord, because you can find resources like this one right here that I'm showing you on the screen, where I've compiled all the states and put them into a nice to see reference point for you as a player to have on your second monitor, or have it on your phone or your tablet, whatever it is that you need, because there's so much information with the United States. It's important that you've got it all at your fingertips. Other than that, fellas, I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching.